Yo, what is going on, guys? Jesse504 here, bringing you all a PAC quick draft recap. I'm sick, so I don't want to talk too much, but I'm taking a sick day, so I'm bored, so I figured let's get a quick draft recap. I initially wasn't going to make one just because I was on like vacation and stuff, and it's not going to look too professional, but I figured knowing the team would be nice for those of you into the more analytical perspective of it. I know this won't appeal to everyone, but if it appeals to you, this is why it's here, because I don't think I'll be doing like super duper analytical builders for this league. I will still try to hold myself to a similar gameplay standard where I will be hoping to go above even and make playoffs and make a run for the championship like I always do. But I'm not going to like put in the work for the team build. I'm going to see how that'll affect the views and stuff like that. And I'm also just kind of lazy. But we are playing in PAC this season. I did not play in any previous seasons of PAC, but as it happened, they needed a replacement right as I was looking to join leagues, and it was like right before the draft. It all worked out super nicely. Shoutouts to Sven for giving me this spot, and let's hope that we can prove why we are here in PAC, one of the most competitive Wi-Fi leagues. At least it was branded on that, with like being a very high competition score on the Draft League NL website. So hopefully we will be able to perform in one of these more high stakes leagues. In addition to that, it has a bunch of coaches that we've never played before, which is always super exciting when we get to play new people. But we got 5th pick in the draft. It was 120 points for 10 or 11 mons, I believe, 10 to 11, and 20 points was Dragapult, Urshifu, and Blaziken Speed Boost. And we had 5th, and I was hoping that one of those mons would fall to me, and it almost did. Blaziken went at 4th, Urshifu at 3rd, and Dragapult 1st. So we were almost there. But looking at it, we ended up getting Tornadus. Nothing wrong with Tornadus. I would actually even push to say that it might be better than those mons. It's very consistent, at least. Even though hitting Hurricane isn't the most consistent, this mon is still super consistent game in, game out. And it's just super strong, super fun. And then the mons aren't in round order, they're in point order, but that's fine. Round 2, I got a Necrozma that I did not think would come, but it came back, so I was like, you know, Necrozma time. I wanted to try to get like Torn Glow King, but it wasn't meant to be. We got Necrozma, which is a super good setup sweeper, with like pretty much every setup move in the game. Not every, but like good amount and great coverage. It'll come to every game and it'll do what's needed. Also got Rocks, which is especially nice because we drafted a Melmetal, which is a steal without Rocks. But it's still a super duper good Pokemon, very strong and quite bulky with that 135 base HP stack, can eat a lot of physical hits, and is really good Assault Vest users who can eat a lot of special hits too. And this was kind of like my main 3 to build around, was Torn, Melmetal, and Necrozma. No shared weaknesses, pretty good defensive synergy, really good offensive synergy. Up next is Tangrowth. I really like Tangrowth on my Torn teams. It's just like such a good consistent regenerator pivot. And Tangrowth plus Melmetal, they share that fire weakness, but other than that, like no physical attacker will be able to get through, which is super duper nice. And I also grabbed Mienshao at this point, round 5. Super consistent offensive fighting type with regenerator, forming a good solid regenerator backbone for my team. I was looking to grab Toxapex, but it went, so I get to try some cool Pokemon. Then like that's kind of what like the rest of the team is. It's just like cool things that I wanted to try, or that I think are good but haven't really gotten the chance to shine. So yeah, Mienshao, good fast offensive fighting, bridges my speed tiers down from Torn, which is pretty appreciated. Speed tiers are kind of a weakness of this draft. It goes from Torn down to Mienshao, down to Skunk Tank, and sometimes people won't even respect the Skunk Tank, and then down to Necro. But it's still such a good team that I figured we'll be fine. We also picked up a late round Diggersby. It's 12 points, but I wanted to use Diggersby. It was the only real ground type that fit. sort of like where I was going. I think there's like a different one that got sniped, or like my plans adjusted, and it just so happened that we got Diggers be good offensive typing, really covers sort of what we're doing on the offensive route, and it has knockoff, which that's another good strength of the team, is we've got knockoff spam. Knockoff is a good move. Removing the items will be super clutch, especially on mons that run a rocky helmet for the Melmetal, run like something for like boosting items to like try to break through my regenerator core. Yeah, and I think just knocking them off will be pretty nice. We've got Volcanion, which is a mon that I'm super excited to try. This thing is so good offensively, especially if their bulky water is hit by one of Volcanion's coverage moves like Earth Power, Sludge Bomb. B does not want to get burnt, like a physically offensive water type that cannot switch into Steam Eruption. And it was just like pretty good defensively with that 80, 120 physically defensive side and 80, 90 especially defensive side. It's okay enough. On this team it'll be fine as the bulky water role. Skunk Tank, I'm not the biggest fan of, but it actually was kind of nice with the speed tier. And we already have 2 normals, so it's not like the dark was like too important, but it's still nice to like deter mono psychic move psychic types like a Reuniclus or like a what else? Mew. But yeah, Skunk Tank is pretty cool. Audino is bulky normal. Diggersby fills the more offensive normal role. So I figured Audino is kind of needed here so we don't lose to like a Spectrier or a Gengar. Gengar's pretty cool, but it's actually, we're able to beat it fine between Melmetal, Torn, Shadow Ball's a weak move, Necrozma can eat. And Skunk Tank kind of is mean to Gengar. So hopefully Gengar shouldn't be an issue. And if it is, we have Audino. Audino also makes Spectre obsolete. Like, really, I feel like we did a good job patching around Ghost. But, like, the real reason why I got Audino is because I needed just, like, a specially defensive mon. And Audino I make it specially defensive, and it'll work. And then we've got good answers to fighting types in Necro, Torn, offensively, and then defensively, they struggle to hit through tank growth. So, yeah, we got Audino, and then Gamermon, highlight of the team, we drafted around Barbarical. This mon, I want to bring it every week. It can't really come every week because sometimes I need other things, but if I can bring it, it'll come and it'll win. We're going for kill leader with Barbarical, even though I don't think it's possible, just because I don't know how many matchups I can bring it to. Basically, if I ever have 5 mons, I think I have all the threats accounted for, Barbarical will come. Be prepared for that. And then lastly, we need a fairy. We got Clefairy. Clefairy's good. Clefairy's broken. Wasn't really worried about like a fairy passing wishes because we got Audino for all that type of stuff. So I figured Clefairy would be nice. Gives us another rocker. Gives us good like Thunder Wave and stuff support. Yeah, that is our team. It's like, yeah, sick draft analysis, bro. See you guys Sunday for the week 1 battle.